In this video, I'm going to simulate the NFL 2023 playoffs in Madden 23. We're going to find out who Madden thinks is going to win the Super Bowl here this year. What's up guys, it's Goose and welcome to another Madden video. This is something unlike I've ever done before. I usually have been just posting a bunch of highlights and stuff from just regular games, but I thought I'd try out another video idea. Now, this video idea isn't, exclusive to me. Tons of people have done this every single year, including a few this year already, so I'm not taking any credit for this video idea, but I thought it'd be something fun for me to try out for myself, try out a different editing style, different video style, and see what you guys like, and maybe I can do more videos like these in the future. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments below, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I upload Madden highlights and funny clips all the time, so make sure, like I said, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and like this video if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in another video soon. For our first game, we got the Chargers and the Jaguars. Jaguars at home. Here we go, we're going to sim this game here so far. LA out to a early lead, but Jacksonville ties it up here at 7. Chargers get a field goal at 36-yarder, and the Jags go down and score. Jacksonville is absolutely destroying Los Angeles in this game. Los Angeles actually coming back here within a touchdown. And simming to the end of the game here, Jacksonville is able to take down Los Angeles at home here. Looking at some stats here, Trevor Lawrence had a crazy game, 329, 5 touchdowns. Herbert, not as good, only 2 touchdowns and 300 yards. Eckler and Etienne had most of the yards for rushing, each with a touchdown. All 4 Jacksonville receivers had a good amount of yards and 5 touchdowns combined. Eckler had the most yards, but 11 receptions by Everett, but not enough to get the Chargers over the hump. Game 2 here, we got the Ravens and the Bengals here. It's going to be a Saturday night game. Starting out here, 3-0 lead early for Baltimore. They're going to go down and get yet another field goal, but the Bengals are able to get another touchdown and a field goal. 10-6 for the Bengals. The Ravens are able to get a touchdown. The Bengals up to 17. This is going to be a close game here towards the end. Bengals 31-28, 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. We're going to slow it down here. 72-yard touchdown for Tyler Boyd. No way. Ravens are now down by 3 points here to tie up the game and most likely bring it into overtime. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Let's see what happens here. Kickoff by Justin Tucker. Joe Mixon, a 3-yard reception to start. A 7-yard reception to Tyler Boyd. Looks like it gives the first down to Cincinnati. Joe Mixon, a 6-yard rush. A 16-yard reception to Hayden Hurst. The Bengals are driving a 17-yard reception. Bengals here, 2nd and 6, looking to end the game and move on past Baltimore Ravens. Joe Burrow dropping back, throws. Intercepted! It's intercepted, and they're not going to run it back, but the Ravens are going to have a real good chance here to win the game here in overtime. Joe Burrow intercepted in the red zone by Marlon Humphrey. Bengals driving, 4-yard rush by J.K. Dobbins. Let's see if they can get anything going here. 4-yard reception for J.K. Dobbins, 3rd and 3. 2-yard rush, 4th and 1. Will they punt the ball? Yes, they will. Another 6-yard rush. The Bengals are driving. They're getting yardage here. The Bengals once again driving here again. Hayden Hurst, every single player, they are getting yards here. 2nd and 2. 8-yard rush. Joe Mixon, that's a first down. Kicking a field goal, Evan McPherson to win the game. 38-38, end of overtime. Evan McPherson sends the Bengals into the next round in the Divisionals. Joe Burrow had a crazy game, 526 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a 75% completion percentage. Lamar Jackson not too far behind, but not as many touchdowns. Lamar led in rushing with 2 touchdowns, and Dobbins and Mixon each had 1, with Dobbins and Mixon having the rest of the carries. And this was a crazy receiving game. Boyd had 183 with 2 touchdowns, Watkins 144, Higgins 135, 5 receivers over 100, a crazy passing and a lot of yards this game. A low-scoring game here, but it looks like Buffalo is able to win the game 20-15. A bit of an odd score there, but Buffalo able to take down Miami and Skylar Thompson. This was an awful quarterback game. Josh Allen had a 44% completion percentage, only 258 yards. Skylar Thompson had more yards and only 1 touchdown. This was just a low yardage game anyways. Josh Allen also led in rushing yards, 55 yards only, and not much else for anybody else. Gabe Davis and Diggs kind of led receiving in this game, with Waddle and Hill not too far behind, and some other receivers also taking part. Looks like McKenzie and James Cook also had some receiving touchdowns. Dallas and Tampa Bay here. Tampa Bay off to an early lead with a field goal, but Dallas strikes back with 2 quick ones. Looks like a pick 6 there. Another field goal for Tampa Bay. and a low-scoring first half, only 14-6. Here we go in the second half. Tampa Bay with yet another field goal. Dallas tacks on a field goal to make it 17, as well as a touchdown. Tampa Bay comes back within a touchdown, drives down, and is able to not make the two-point conversion, and the Dallas Cowboys are going to defeat Tampa Bay by the skin of their teeth. With a lot more attempts, Tom Brady and Dak Prescott both 2 touchdowns, but Tom Brady 400 yards and Dak only about 200. Zeke was really the only rusher that had any sort of effect in this game. And Tampa Bay led the passing attack with 152 yards to Mike Evans, 116 to Brate, Schultz with a passing touchdown. It looks like Russell Gage with 2 touchdowns as well. Hendershot getting 1 lone touchdown for the Cowboys. Starting off, kickoff, and the Vikings are able to score first and get the ball back, get a field goal, and the Giants go down and score 2 quick touchdowns. Minnesota up to 20 points here, maybe a missed extra point as we're close here in the third. The Vikings score a field goal. The Giants also get another field goal. It's 23, and the Giants now up to 28-23. The Vikings with the ball and can't do anything with it. And the Giants are going to take down the Minnesota Vikings. Not great passing games from both quarterbacks. Similar stats, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Daniel Jones throwing for 350 yards. Saquon Barkley with 2 touchdowns, leading everybody in rushing, and Dalvin Cook being the only one with any amount of yards. Slayton led the game in receiving with 138 yards. Justin Jefferson over 100 as well. Bellinger not too far behind. Touchdowns from Slayton, Jefferson, Hawkinson, and Galladay. Starting off, San Francisco with the ball and score early, but Seattle is able to get and score the ball. A close game here heading into the second half, 20-14. It's now 20-20. Not sure if they missed some field goals or whatever. 34, 2 touchdowns late by San Francisco. They're able to tack on another one and have a fantastic second half, fantastic fourth quarter. 49ers, as they probably should, defeat the Seattle Seahawks. Brock Purdy playing an almost perfect game, 72 completions, 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. Geno Smith, not a great game for him. McCaffrey led in rushing with Ken Walker somewhat far behind. They each had a touchdown. It looks like Mason had a touchdown for San Fran as well. Tyler Lockett led in receiving with 130 yards. Ayuk leading the 49ers with Jennings not too far behind. It is round 2. The Divisionals, Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. Starting with the ball is Kansas City, and they're not going to score. They are going to get 3 points to end the first quarter and tack on a touchdown. Jacksonville only getting a field goal there. After the first half, it is going to be 13-3. Jacksonville tacking on another field goal, but Kansas City is going to go down and score a touchdown. Jacksonville, another field goal, and Kansas City is able to tack on a couple more touchdowns and absolutely blow the Jacksonville Jaguars out of the water to advance. No touchdowns for Trevor Lawrence, not a great game for him. Mahomes throwing for 2 touchdowns and 300 yards. Barely any rushing in this game, with Etienne with 55 and Pacheco with 52. Pacheco and McKinnon each had a touchdown for Kansas City, so it was somewhat lethal, at least on the goal lines. Juju with 135 yards to lead everybody in this game. Kelsey and Hardman both had about 60, and Ingram led Jacksonville with 80 yards. This time, a rematch of the game that was canceled this year due to Damar Hamlin's injury, the Bills and the Bengals heading into this divisional matchup. Starting off, who will win this game to advance to play Kansas City? No score through the first quarter. Cincinnati on the board first with 2 touchdowns to end the half, 16-3 ahead on Buffalo. Cincinnati, yet again, some more points on the board, and Buffalo is trying to get some points here, and they will, and they're going to keep it close, use up their timeouts, but Cincinnati is able to beat the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo and move on to play Kansas City in the conference championship for the AFC. Similar stats with these two quarterbacks, Joe Burrow throwing for 350 and 1 touchdown only with a 67 completion. Josh Allen had an interception, 2 touchdowns, and around the same completion with a little bit less yards. Joe Mixon, really the only big rusher in this game. Buffalo had almost no rushing attack for the whole game, it looks like. A few receivers close to 100 yards, but not quite there. Tyler Boyd, Isaiah McKenzie, and Stephon Diggs, all with some decent receiving games. Higgins and Chase not too far behind. The Giants surprised us last round. Can they surprise the Philadelphia Eagles and move into the NFC Conference Championship? Philadelphia starting out with the ball, and they're going to go down and score a field goal. Same with the New York Giants. Touchdown there for the Philadelphia Eagles, and another field goal for the Giants to get the ball back. It looks like they scored to end the half. Philadelphia now up, but the Giants come back. Philadelphia scoring. It's very back and forth. The Giants get the ball back, and they're going to score again. The Eagles bring it to within a field goal, but the New York Giants are going to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles, who got a bye in the first round, and the Giants are going to move into the NFC Conference Championship. I am excited to look at the scoring here. That was extremely just so back and forth. Jalen Hurts with not a great game. No touchdowns, only 200 yards. Daniel Jones throws for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Only 1 interception for him as well. Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts with a lot of rushing yards here. Jalen Hurts with 3 rushing touchdowns, Miles Sanders with 1, and then the Giants had some yards as well. Receiving, Richie James leads the entire game, and the Giants. Slayton also with 71, and really not a ton of yards for Philly in this game. Who will go on and play the Giants in the NFC Conference Championship? The Cowboys or the 49ers? I'm looking forward to this one. Starting off, nobody scoring here in the first. It's going back and forth. The second, finally on the board is Dallas. A field goal, and they're going to score a touchdown and off the half. Dallas gets the ball back and looks like they're going to score again. Get the ball back, and San Francisco finally on the board, 24-7 now. San Francisco scores a touchdown, but they're not going to get all the way down the field, and the Dallas Cowboys are going to defeat the 49ers, and it's going to be a Cowboys and Giants matchup in the NFC Conference Championship. Not a terrible game from Purdy here, but it's just not enough yards, and not a great completion percentage. Dak, 2 touchdowns and 300 yards. Zeke, the only rusher who had any sort of effect in this game, 92 yards for a touchdown. Everybody else just completely not much at all. McCaffrey, only 18 yards on 10 attempts. Schultz and Noah Brown both had 100 receiving yards. Noah Brown with that touchdown. San Fran led by Kittle, Samuel Ayuk. Really not a ton of yards there, and Dallas takes this one. Here we go, the AFC Conference Championship, the Bengals and the Chiefs. This one should be a showdown. I'm super excited to see what happens. Starting off in the first quarter here, Kansas City out to an early lead with the field goal. Here in the second quarter, Kansas City out to an early touchdown and gets the ball back and gets another field goal, but then a touchdown for Cincinnati ties us at 10 after the first half. Starting out next quarter, Kansas City, a quick drive all the way down the field. The Bengals only get a field goal out of their drive, 17-13 heading into the fourth quarter. Kansas City gets the ball back and is able to score another touchdown, and the Bengals are stymied, and Kansas City is able to defeat Cincinnati, not get them many points on the board here. Kansas City is heading back to the Super Bowl. Not amazing quarterback games here, but pretty similar. Both around 300 yards. Both had the same completion percentage. Just the difference, Joe Burrow threw an interception more than Patrick Mahomes. Pacheco leading the corps for Kansas City. Mixon not too far behind. Pacheco had those 2 goal line touchdowns. Juju is up on the leaderboard here, 121, leading the game once again here. Jamar Chase and Hayden Hurst a little bit below. So basically all Juju in the passing game with a little bit of help from Kelsey and Hardman. The Giants have shocked everybody throughout the playoffs, beating out the Vikings and also beating out the top Eagles. But can the Cowboys be the match for them here for a trip to the Super Bowl? First quarter, Dallas is able to tack on a field goal. The Giants could not score, and Dallas gets a touchdown to lead 10-0 after the first quarter. Dallas charging down gets another touchdown and a third touchdown, and the Giants tack one on as well heading into the second half. The Giants get a touchdown quick and get a field goal, so they're marching back, but Dallas is able to score a touchdown. The Giants get a 25-37, tons of scoring. It's hard to keep up with here, but 37-25 with the Giants getting the ball. I'm just going to sim the rest of this game here. Looks like this one probably will be over unless the Giants can get the ball back. It ended up being 40-32. I wanted to see if that was going to get close to watch the end of the game here. An incredible game from Dak here, almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a 76 completion percentage. Not much from Daniel Jones, but did have 3 touchdowns. Zeke, once again, really the only rusher who had a ton of yards, 72 yards and a touchdown. Barkley had 11 attempts, only 28 yards, and not much else in the game. Gallup and Richie James both had 116 yards and a ton of passing touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb had 2 with 80 yards. Schultz, Brown, just a lot of passing in this game. It is Super Bowl time. Super Bowl 57, the Dallas Cowboys representing the NFC, and then it's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes looking for yet again another Super Bowl, maybe another Super Bowl MVP here. I'm excited to see what happens for this game. Starting off in the first quarter, who's going to get out on the board first? It is going to be the Dallas Cowboys with a field goal, but then Kansas City scoring in the first quarter. The second quarter, Dallas is able to score a touchdown. Kansas City with the ball, but not able to score. It's back and forth. Kansas City gets a touchdown here at the end of the first half, 14-10 heading into the third quarter. Third quarter, this could be where the game is made, and Kansas City scoring a touchdown, but Dallas comes right back. We're heading into the fourth quarter, the final quarter of the season. Kansas City is up 21-16 on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to run this on normal speed. It might take a little while, but we'll see what happens here. A field goal for the Dallas Cowboys right at the start of the fourth quarter, and Kansas City is going to get the ball here, only leading by 2. A 16-yard reception to Pacheco, and the Kansas City Chiefs are driving. A 14-yard reception to Juju Smith-Schuster, and a touchdown to Mecole Hardman. And the extra point is good, and the Kansas City Chiefs are now up by 2 scores, and is 28-19. A big return by Turpin there out to almost the 40. That's huge. Exactly what Dallas needs. 4th and 1. Dallas is going for it, and they do get it. Was that the tight end with a rush? 16-yard reception to CeeDee Lamb here. They're running out of time. A 22-yard reception to Noah Brown. Maybe a field goal. A touchdown to Dalton Schultz. It's going to be a 2-point game. 3rd and 9. The Dallas Cowboys are not able to get a stop. That's absolutely huge. Juju Smith-Schuster with an injury on the play. That's not great because he's been their leading kind of player this whole playoffs. A reception of Mecole Hardman at 30 yards, and Kansas City is in close. A penalty of Leighton Vander Esch, and there's a touchdown. Travis Kelce might have just iced the Super Bowl with another 9-point game here. Another incomplete pass. 4th and 5. This could really decide the game right here. It's going to be a penalty against the defense. 15-yard penalty. 3rd and 1 with 3 minutes left, down by 9 points. A reception to Gallup, that is clutch. 3rd and 2. What is going to happen? 1st and goal, 11-yard reception on the 1. What is going to happen here? 1st and 1. There's another touchdown to Dalton Schultz. Maybe going for 1 or 2 here. They go for 1 here, and we're going to watch the end of the game here. Kansas City, only a 2-point lead here. Dallas has all 3 timeouts, so does Kansas City. What are they going to be able to do here in Super Bowl 57? McKinnon with the handoff. He's going to break some tackles and get a few more yards than I thought he would, and there's the first timeout from Dallas. They need to stop him. Close game, handoff once again. It's going to be stopped. Great tackle. It's going to be 3rd and 3. They use another timeout. This is the biggest play of the game so far. Kansas City presumably running it here. The handoff, Pacheco. And he's going to go across for the first down, and that should do it for the game. Mahomes with the first knee. Cowboys are still excited for some reason. Not sure why they would be because they're losing. Are they not kneeing the ball here? I'm definitely curious on what's going on. Is he throwing this or they're just running it? Pacheco, he's going to get a lot of yards. Another first down and gets tackled. 42 seconds left, and that is going to do it. The last knee of the game, and the Kansas City Chiefs are going to take this one 35-33. A super close Super Bowl. Definitely something, definitely a matchup we could expect. I'm excited to see what happens here, and that is going to do it. The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions, Super Bowl 57. For the Super Bowl here, we got to choose our MVP, and Patrick Mahomes made a big case for himself. 77 completion percentage, 350 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Not a terrible game from Dak, just not on par with Patrick Mahomes. Zeke had a good amount of yards, another 90-yard rushing game and a touchdown. Pacheco didn't have as many yards, but did have 2 touchdowns, and that was it for rushing. A lot of receiving yards. Kelce leads there with a touchdown, 120 yards. Juju at 118. What a playoffs for Juju. And Dalton Schultz leading Dallas, who had a lot of yards over the playoffs. Hardman and Gallup not too far behind that with Noah Brown trailing. That'll do it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs, and I've got Patrick Mahomes as the Super Bowl MVP. I'm super excited to tune into the playoffs the next few weeks. I hope you guys are as well, and let me know in the comments below who you think is actually going to win the Super Bowl, not what Madden says. Once again, thanks so much for watching, and hope to see you guys soon.